Looks like we're going into a brown belt match. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Garza versus Jeff J. Boogie Kelly, followed by Ron Adams and Dan Murray.
So again, guys, it's Nate Garza out of War versus Jay. Again, guys, this is a brown belt match. 100 and they don't have a weight here. Probably 170 pound if I can use the old eye technique.
Yeah, it's not listed. But yeah, I think that's what I remember seeing it as.
I gave the old eye technique. Let's go ahead and certify that weight. Let's get these guys on the scale afterwards, see how close I was. Some hand fighting early on. A little bit. Expect to see a little bit higher level of jiu-jitsu here. Both these guys are brown belts.
Definitely. Nate's a big wrestler, so look for him to have a heavy top game.
Hey, I can hear you when you're 10 minutes, right? Yeah, 10 minutes. Guys are in a nice tie position here.
Okay.
Jay Boogie.
And Nate had a little bit of a slap.
Nate, the shorter, stockier fighter out of War in Houston. Jay Boogie out of Kinetic here in College Station. Really just working some collar ties here. You'll probably see them be a little bit more tactical. You usually do see that at the higher level. You guys are more intentional with their movements kind of compared to maybe some of the guys at the blue belt level or the lower levels.
Exactly. Nate sits down, calls Mr. Kelly into his guard.
Got a nice, looks like he had butterflies there, turns to his side. So Jay Boogie has him collected. He has the left hand around the back of the waist. Does a good job. If you kind of keep your backhand across their spine there, it really makes it hard for them to shrimp away, so you can kind of get a better control position. Got good control.
Sit back.
Maybe trying to go into that false reposition. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to transition to that false reap.
Sits back to a leg.
Jay Boogie falls back to a leg.
Nate slips it out, almost.
He does have good control. He's just barely free of that knee line, or that hip line. Nate is on top of that knee, but he has, Jay Boogie gets both his legs extended there to try to pull him back in.
So Nate rolls out of it, gains a little
Nate's
position.
free. Looks like he's going to be okay with pulling that guard. Both these guys stand it back up, reset in the middle. A little bit of good sportsmanship there, making sure he's okay. Nate goes ahead and sits back to guard, invites Jay Boogie into his guard. Does a little bit of a cartwheel pass. Nate pulls him into his bottom half guard with some control there. Jay Boogie pressuring in with his shoulder, trying to pin him down a little bit. Control those legs, passes over, ends up in side control. He's trying to stack his legs so that he can't turn back into him, but Nate does a good job shrimping back over, getting his legs back involved, back into this open guard position, now attacking the legs.
Nate being real active with those legs, not letting Jay Boogie get control of them.
Instruction from the coach, don't put your hands on the mat. It's for everybody at every level.
It's like Nate's got a bit of a little pro guard.
Kind of using that can opener That's not fun from the bottom.
No, not at all.
Torquing on that spine to get him to open up his guard so he can advance a little bit more. Nate does have look like he's working to a higher guard position here. See, Nate does have that arm controlled. Jay Boogie's looking to stack. Oh, he had a sweep attempt there. Grab that far wrist, maybe a tripod sweep. Falls back to his side into the side control position, or sorry, half guard position. Pressuring down. Jay Boogie trying to get past this half guard. Doesn't look like he's in too much of a rush to do so. Nate pretty okay from working from the bottom.
We're about over halfway through this 10-minute match.
And you do get a lot of different tactics for these longer matches, especially if you go for those like sub-only, no time limit matches, where these guys are kind of be playing the game for a little bit longer, knowing that it's going to be 30 minutes long, you know?
Right, yeah, they definitely settle, pace themselves to get to that position they want.
Back into Nate's guard, closes it up there, pulling down on the head of Jay Boogie, trying to control his posture. Jay Boogie has one of his legs posted out there, brings it back in. Both hands on the chest. Just kind of shelled up there. Three minutes, 45 seconds in this match.
We've settled into the full guard.
Nate looks like he's working up into that guard, higher up onto that guard, looking for that underhook. Slight stack here from Mr. Jay Boogie. Both hands across the chest.
I just want to remind you folks, this is a title match, so if the guys go to a stalemate after this, we will have a 4-minute overtime session.
Attempted knee slice there. Knee cut to get to the side. Stands him back up. 2 minutes left into this match. With this, the option of this going to overtime, I don't see why any of these guys would want it to do so, unless their tactic is to drive it into the later minutes of the match and then look for a finish.
Right.
Got these both guys in the standing position here.
Yeah, the overtime is still sub-only, and it's ref decision. If still nothing there.
Up, Jay Boogie falls into the leg lock there. Looks like he is past the knee lined up. Nate spins out of it, clears his knee that match.
Finally seeing Nate on top for the first time this match. Remember.
Got a minute 15 seconds left in this match here, guys. Nate working the inside position of his left arm, keeping Jay Boogie's right arm pinned, trying to maintain that inside position. You can see he's doing the same thing with his bottom elbow, trying to frame that against the inside of the hip.
About 45 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. If this second match is a draw, we'll go 4-minute overtime.
We are going to a 4-minute overtime if this does end in a draw. Looks for attempted sweep there. Jay Boogie on top. Maybe we'll see an attempt here before the clock goes dead and into overtime. Up, sweep back the other way. Jay Boogie attempts to shoot up the leg lock. Nate Garza jumps straight into the honey hole, or he's outside Ashi here. Jay Boogie jumping up. It's time.
All right, guys, we're going to go to overtime.
It's time before that.
But he tapped after.
It was time before.
Hey, that was time. That was after.
Nobody
that was
called
time. It's overtime. Time is out. Oh, really? Yeah. Time is out. We got video. I mean, ain't nothing we can do about this. Time is out. We didn't stop. We keep going until it stops. You guys didn't call it.
We're passing it over to Tyler for the announcement here. Clarify what's going on here in a second.
Your winner due to submission, Nate Garza.
We did have an issue with the clock there. It looked like the tap was after the time went out, but the ref allowing the match to keep going on and called the submission victory. So Nate was awarded the submission via heel hook. Looks like he had an outside Ashi position, but actually secured that victory.